In this video, we're going to learn how to find the derivatives of natural log functions. Okay, so let's look at how you are going to do this. So let's say I have a function f of x, okay, which is equal to ln of u, okay, or natural log of u. And then we ask to find the derivative of this function. How are we going to do this? So if you have a function like this, then its derivative, which will be f prime, okay, will be equal to u prime divided by u. Okay, so that will be the derivative of this kind of function. So let's say in a situation whereby we have u to be equal to x, then we are going to have f of x to be equal to ln of x. So in this case, f prime, okay, supposed to make here f prime of x, okay, f prime of x will be equal to x prime divided by x. And you know x prime would be 1, right? The derivative of x will give us 1, so that will give us 1 over x. So what that means is that the derivative of ln of x will give us 1 over x. So that's what we are supposed to do if you are to find the derivative of a natural log function. Let's look at another example here where you have f of x to be equal to ln of sine x. Okay, so let's find the derivative of this function also. That will be the f of x, the x will be equal to u prime. Okay, in this case, u is equal to sine of x. Okay, so u prime will be equal to cosine of x. Okay, the derivative of sine of x will give us cosine of x. So this will be equal to cosine of x divided by sine of x. Okay, and then this is the same as cot x. Okay, that will be the derivative of this function here. Let's take another example. Let's say you have y to be equal to ln of 4x squared minus 3. Okay, let's find the derivative of this function here. So we know u to be equal to 4x squared minus 3, and then we'll have to find u prime. Okay, so u prime will be equal to 4 multiplying 2x, okay, minus 0. So this will give us u prime to be equal to 8x. So let's find the derivative of the function. So that will be y prime will be equal to u prime divided by u. We already know u prime and then we know u, so let's do the substitution. So I'm going to have y prime to be equal to 8x, 8x divided by 4x squared minus 3. 4x squared minus 3. So that will be the derivative of this function that was given. Let's try our hands on some few more examples. Okay, so I have another example here. Okay, so I have to find the derivative of this function here. So in this case, I have my u to be equal to x plus 2 divided by x minus 3. Okay, so all we need now is u prime. Okay, u prime. How are you going to find u prime? To find u prime, you are going to apply the quotient rule here. Okay, so let's look at how you are going to do this. I'm going to consider the numerator to be f, and then I'll consider the denominator to be g. Okay, so we are applying the quotient rule, then u prime will be equal to g multiplying the f over the x, okay, minus f multiplying the g over the x, all divided by g squared. Okay, so this is what you are going to do. So now we know f and then we know g. Okay, so now let's calculate for the derivative of f and then g. So the f over the x will give us 1, right? Because you know f to be equal to what? X plus 2 here. Okay, so when I find the derivative of that, that will give us 1. And then let's find the derivative of g. So that will be the g dx. Okay, so that also give us 1. Okay, that will be the derivative of what you have here. Okay, so that also give us 1. So let's do the substitution here. So you're going to have u prime to be equal to g, right? And then g is what? X minus 3 times df dx. That's what? 1. Okay, minus f, which is x plus 2, multiplying the g dx, and then that's also what? 1. So all this divided by g squared, which is x minus 3 squared. Okay, so now let's simplify this. So I'm going to have u prime to be equal to x minus 3 minus x minus 2. Okay, and then all this divided by x minus 3 squared. So now let's simplify this. Okay, so this x will cancel out this x here. Then I'm going to have u prime to be equal to minus 3 minus 2 give us minus 5. So we will have minus 5 divided by x minus 3 squared. Okay, so we have u prime and then we know u. So let's come and find the derivative of the function that was given. So we know that f prime of x will be equal to u prime divided by u. Okay, and then we know u and then we know u prime. So let's do the substitution. So that will be equal to minus 5 divided by x minus 3 squared. Okay, that's u prime divided by u. Okay, we know u to be x plus 2 divided by x minus 3. Okay, so now let's reciprocate. We're going to have minus 5 divided by x minus 3 all squared times x minus 3 divided by x plus 2. So this is what you have now. So you see that this x minus 3 can cancel out this squared here. So then you are going to have minus 5 divided by x minus 3 times x plus 2. Okay, so what you can do is that you can further expand this bracket here. Okay, so let's look at that. We have minus 5 here. Let's simplify the bracket you have there. So you're going to have x multiplying x plus 2 minus 3 multiplying x plus 2. So when you simplify this, you have minus 5 divided by x squared plus 2x minus 3x minus 6. Okay, so let's simplify this here. That will be minus 5 divided by x squared 2x minus 3, that gives us minus x and then minus 6. So that will be the derivative of the function that was given. Okay, let's try our hands on another example. Okay, so here we go. We have another question here. Okay, so you have to find the derivative of this function here. So from here, we know that u equals the square root of 1 plus x squared. Okay, so I'll rewrite u in this form here. That will be 1 plus x squared to the power half. So now what we need here is u prime. Okay, so let's calculate for u prime. So u prime will be equal to 1 over 2 multiplying 1 plus x squared to the power half minus 1, right? Times the derivative of what you have in this bracket here. Okay, that will be 2x. So now let's simplify this. We're going to have u prime to be equal to 1 over 2 multiplying 1 plus x squared to the power minus half times 2x. Okay, so you see that these two here can cancel out these two here. Okay, so we are going to have u prime to be equal to 1 plus x squared to the power minus half multiplying x. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite this 1 plus x to the power minus half in a different way where we can get rid of the negative. So we are going to have u prime to be equal to 1 over 1 plus x squared to the power half, okay, times x. Let me write this one, okay, so that you can differentiate. So times x. So I'm going to have u prime to be equal to x over the square root of 1 plus x squared. Okay, I rewrote what we have here in this form. Okay, in this form. So let's not that confuse you. So now we know u prime and then we know u. So let's do our substitution. Okay, so we know that f prime of x will be equal to u prime divided by u. Okay, so we know u prime to be equal to x divided by the square root of 1 plus x squared. Okay, and then this divided by u, which is the square root of 1 plus x squared. So now I'm going to reciprocate what we have here. So I'm going to have x divided by the square root of 1 plus x squared. Okay, times 1 over the square root of 1 plus x squared. Okay, so when you simplify this here, we're going to multiply this term here with this term here. Okay, when I do that, the square roots will cancel out, and then you're going to have x over 1 plus x squared. Okay, so this will be the derivative of this function. Okay, let's try our hands on another example again. Okay, so in this case, we have f of x, okay, to be equal to ln of x squared sine x, okay, divided by 2x plus 1. Okay, this is what we have now. So I have to find the derivative of this function here. When you look at this function, you see that the computing the derivative straightforward will be a little difficult. So what you are going to do is that you are going to apply the properties of logarithms here. Okay, so let's look at that. So if I have the natural log of xy, okay, this is the same as the natural log of x plus the natural log of y. Okay, let's take note of this. Okay, we call this the product rule of natural log. And then if you have the natural log of x over y, okay, the natural log of x over y, this will be the same as natural log of x minus the natural log of y. Okay, this is known as the quotient rule. The quotient rule. Okay, so now I'm going to apply these two rules here and then use it to rewrite this function that we have here. Okay, so we are given f of x to be equal to what? Ln of what? X squared sine x over 2x plus 1. Okay, so let's apply the first property here to what we have here as the numerator. Okay, so we have ln of what? X squared sine x. So that's product. Okay, so you are going to apply this here. So that will be ln of x squared sine x. Okay, so let's look at the first property, which is the product rule. So this will be equal to ln of x squared, okay, plus ln of sine x. Okay, ln of what? Sine x. And then for this ln of x squared here, I can write it as 2 ln of x. Okay, then you have plus ln of sine x. Okay, that's for the numerator. Okay, so let's take note of what we have here. So now let's do same for the denominator also. So we have 2x plus 1, right? We have 2x plus 1. Okay, so as for the denominator, we can leave it here. Okay, we can leave it that way. So let's look at what we are going to do next. So we're going to rewrite everything that we have here. Okay, so f of x, okay, will now become, for the numerator, we have 2 ln of x, okay, plus ln of sine x. And then we now come and apply the quotient rule. So if written the numerator, so it's left with the denominator, so that what minus ln of the denominator, right? Then that will be ln of 2x plus 1. Okay, so this is what we have now. This is what we have now. Okay, so from here, we are going to find the derivative of this function that we have here. Okay, so let's find f prime of x. Okay, so we have to multiplying the derivative of the natural log of x, right? And then that will be 1 over x, right? Plus ln of sine x. Okay, so you will take sine x to be equal to u. So u prime will be cosine of x. So that will be plus cosine of x divided by sine of what? X. Okay, minus ln of 2x plus 1. So you know 2x plus 1 to be u, and then because of that, you are going to have u prime to be equal to 2. Okay, and then divided by 2x plus 1. So when I simplify this, you are going to have 2 over x plus cos x over sine x will give us cot x. Okay, minus 2 over 2x plus 1. So this will be the derivative of this function that was given to us. Okay, so I have another example here. So let's try our hands on this example here. So I'm going to find f prime of x. How are you going to do this? Okay, so to find f prime of x, okay, we're going to use the power property of natural logarithms, okay, to rewrite this function here. So you can write f of x as 5 multiplying the natural log of 3x plus 2. Okay, this is the power property. Okay, which says that if we have the natural log of a to the power b, okay, this can be the same as b ln of a. Okay, so this is what I applied here. So now let's find the derivative of f of x. So I'm going to have f prime of x to be equal to u prime over u times 5, right? Let me bring the 5 here. Okay, times 5. So we will take u to be equal to 3x plus 2, and then u prime will be equal to 3. So let's do the substitution. So I'm going to have f prime of x to be equal to 5 times u prime, and then that's 3. Okay, divided by u, which is 3x plus 2. So I'll multiply the 5 by the 2, and then that'll give us 15 divided by 3x plus 2. 3x plus 2. Okay, so let's take the last example. So we have f of x to be equal to ln of s cubed plus 3x minus 4. Okay, so let's find the derivative of this function here. So you will take u to be equal to s cubed plus 3x minus 4. So now let's find u prime. So u prime will be equal to 3x squared plus 3. And then you know this 4 is a constant, so its derivative will be 0. So now let's do the substitution. So f prime of x will be equal to u prime divided by u. So that will be equal to 3x squared plus 3. Okay, all this divided by x cubed plus 3x minus 4. So this will be the derivative of the function that was given. That's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe.